Welcome to lesson 10.4. Today we're going to talk infinite geometric series. We have 4 vocab terms for this section. The first one is infinite geometric series, and that is a geometric series with an infinite number of terms. We have convergent series, and that is a series that has a sum because the sum converges to a specific value. We also have a divergent series, and that is a series that does not have a sum. And then we have infinity. If a sequence goes to infinity, then it continues without end. The first thing we're going to be looking at is whether a series is convergent or divergent. Now the difference between the two, a convergent series is the consecutive values get closer and closer together. So our common ratio r falls between -1 and 1. So the way we can write that is we can say that -1 is less than or equal to r, which is less than or equal to 1. A divergent series, the consecutive values get further and further apart. The common ratio r is either less than -1 or greater than 1. So we would say r is less than -1 or r is greater than 1. So if we find our common ratio, we can tell whether it's convergent or divergent based on what that common ratio is equal to. If it's between -1 and 1, it's convergent. If it's less than -1 or greater than 1, it is divergent. So taking a look at our first example, we're going to determine whether the following geometric series is either convergent or divergent. It's got to be one or the other. So what we can do is, since we know it's geometric, we know that we multiply a common ratio to get each consecutive term. So how we find that is we look at the ratios. So 54 to 36, I would take 36 divided by 54. And if I type that in, I get that it's 0.66 repeating forever and ever and ever. Now if you remember, convergent falls between -1 and 1. Divergent is either less than -1 or greater than 1. Well, for this one, 0.66 falls right in between -1 and 1. So therefore, we would say this is a convergent series. For our next example, we've got the series 8 plus 12 plus 18, okay, forever and ever and ever. Okay, so now we're looking again to find our common ratio. So we go from 8 to 12, so to find our common ratio, we're going to do 12 divided by 8. If I type that into my calculator, 12 divided by 8 is 1.5. So therefore, my common ratio is 1.5, which is greater than 1, which means that this is a divergent series. Okay, so again, between -1 and 1 is convergent, less than -1 or greater than 1 is divergent. Next example, we've got the series 2 plus 3 plus 4.5, keep going forever and ever and ever. Again, whether it's convergent or divergent, we look at the common ratio. To do that, we take 3 divided by 2, so that's the second number divided by the first. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, and again, 1.5 is greater than 1, so this is a divergent series. Go ahead and pause the video and determine whether the following series is convergent or divergent, then hit play and see how you did. So you should have found the common ratio to be 50 over 100, which equals 0.5. 0.5 falls in between -1 and 1, so therefore this series is a convergent series. The last thing we're going to talk about is we're going to find the sum of the terms of an infinite geometric sequence. Okay, now the sum of the terms of an infinite geometric sequence with the first term of a sub 1 and a common ratio of r, where r is between -1 and 1. So this right here, remember, we need to have a convergent series in order to do this, okay? Because r is between -1 and 1, so therefore has to be convergent in order to find the sum. And when we do have a convergent series, we can use this formula here. We take our first term, a1, and we're going to divide it by the difference between 1 and r. So we take a sub 1 and we divide it by 1 minus r, and we can find our sum. But again, the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that it is, in fact, a convergent sequence or series. So our first example, we're going to find the sum of the infinite series if it exists. So once again, we've got 2/3 plus 6/15 plus 18/75. So first of all, we need to find r to make sure it's a convergent series first. To find r, we take the second term of 6/15 and we're going to divide it by the first term of 2/3. Remember, instead of dividing by a fraction, we want to multiply by its reciprocal. And if we multiply straight across here, we get 18 over 30, which if we type that in, we're going to get 0.6, okay? So since r falls between -1 and 1, we have a convergent series, so we're going to find the sum. So in order to do that, I'm going to take the first term here, and I'm going to divide it by 1 minus r, which is 0.6. So I'm going to take 2/3 and divide it by 1 minus 0.6 gives me 0.4. So when I type this into my calculator, I can do 2 divided by 3 divided by 0.4. And when I do that, I get 1.66 repeating, which you should know 6 repeating is 2/3. And if we want to write it as a single fraction, so we are going to say that it is 5/3 is our sum. Okay, so this series, 2/3 plus 6/15 plus 18/75 forever and ever and ever, will add up to a 5/3. Our next example, we're going to be finding the sum of the series 6 plus 9 plus 13/2 plus 20.25 forever and ever and ever. And so the first thing we need to do again is find r to figure out if we actually can find the sum. And to find r, we're going to take the second number and divide it by the first. 9 divided by 6, I'm going to get 3/2, which equals 1.5. Now 1.5 does not fall between -1 and 1. So therefore, this is a divergent series and there is no sum. So when it comes to the check-in and the quiz, we are going to write none when it asks us to find the sum, if it exists, of a divergent series. So make sure we pay attention to that. We want to write the word none. Our next example, we've got the series 4 plus -2 plus 1 plus -0.5, and then keep going forever and ever and ever. We're going to find the sum if it exists. First of all, we have to find r. To find r, we take the second number divided by the first. -2 divided by 4 gives me a -0.5. Now -0.5 does fall in between -1 and 1. So it is a convergent series, so we can in fact find the sum. And again, to find the sum, we take the first term and we're going to divide it by 1 minus our r value, so 1 minus a -0.5. When we subtract a negative, it turns into adding a positive. So I'm going to have 4 over a 1.5. If I type that into my calculator, I'm going to get 2.66 repeating. Once again, we don't want to leave it as a repeating decimal. So I can say that that again is 2 2/3. Writing that as a single fraction, I should get that my answer is going to add up to 8/3 is the sum of this series. Go ahead and pause the video and find the sum of this series if it exists, and then hit play and see how you did. First thing you should have done is found r. To do that, you take 20 divided by 16, because that's the second number divided by the first. And 20 divided by 16 gives you a 1.25. Now 1.25 does not fall between -1 and 1, so therefore we have a divergent series for this example, and since it is divergent, there is no sum. So again, a reminder for the check-in and the quiz, when it asks for that and we have a divergent series, we are going to write the word none.